That's how my bot company would go, and it would be like the just dishwashing one was like $60, and the other one was like 103,000. The only difference are the orifices.
Never
Like,
saw the dishwashing one.
Orifices, yeah. No one bought. They made one prototype. No one purchased it. No one cares.
That's the future. As soon as you replace women, that and if they ever figure out the technology for artificial wombs, that's what we should be pouring all of our money into. If ladies don't want to get pregnant, or at least, I think it's not that ladies don't want to get pregnant, I think it's that they don't want to deal with bearing the child, and I wouldn't either. Like we were talking about parasites earlier. Let's talk about the worst case of parasite you can imagine.
A parasite that makes you gain weight. That's the worst.
Imagine an 8-pound hominid living inside of your belly, and while you're like doing stuff, it kicks and punches from inside you. That's a horror movie. I wouldn't want any part of that. But if you have an artificial womb, if you just have some fucking goo bag down at the hospital that y'all like fertilized you put your stuff together and made your little person, and they put it in that goo bag, and you go visit the goo bag and look at him in there. Maybe he can start learning right away because he can see through the goo, right?
These kids are going to be weird, dude.
Why would they be weird? Why would they any different?
Man,
keep them in the dark then and play
Gattaca kids.
No. Oh, we put the Gattaca kids in the goo bags.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
genius.
We'd start small scale, see if these kids are fucked up and weird, because this is also how a horror movie could start. Maybe being in the womb is something that's like integral to the human experience.
Oh, we play lady noises and fucking like soap operas in the background.
What if there were only like 3 models of Gattaca kids and you could easily recognize them, like 3 boys, 3 girls?
That's true. Yeah, you would.
You got a Tinker Tom there.
You got a Latino.
I feel like that's how it would start. That they'd have like half a dozen perfect kids, but that's it. It's hard to get perfect kids. You really want one that's not as good as the other 6?
Or you'd have to like make different decisions where it's like, damn. Well, the Steve model is like professional athlete level, but he also has a tendency to get like bowel cancer at 42. But the Todd model, he's only 5'8", but he's totally immune to all cancers.
We programmed the cancer in. Actually, it wouldn't happen otherwise, because that's what you'd have to do. Like that, you've seen Gattaca, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman, tremendous. It came out in the early 2000s.
I still will never understand the swimming thing. Your trick was not saving energy for the swim back. How is that magic?
I can picture you watching that, Woody, and after seeing everything in that movie, you're like, unrealistic.
He goes to space at the end, and then Woody's like, that swim makes no sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
I like how he like jeopardizes a multi-billion-dollar spacefaring trip because he really, 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 really wants to.
It's because the genius kid is always playing it safe. He's always playing it safe. The other guy is throwing caution to the wind. He's not saving anything back. Not to mean that he's expended all he has getting there. It means it never entered his mind. He has been giving every stroke all he has. He never considered going back, because it's like a fighter imagining like a loss. It's like, I don't even think about losing. I think about winning. That's what it's about. It's not that he literally gave 100% of his energy to get there, and then magically he needs more energy to get back that he shouldn't have. It's that he doesn't think like the program.
I vote for Kyle to modify the screenplay. This is far better than the original.
It is better.
It's what the screenplay is.
No, it's not.
It requires interpretation, Woody. Anyway, beautiful movie. I do think it's the future. And the worst part about it is it will be the richest of the rich who are on the cutting edge of that, who will be able to afford to do it. It will be the absolute richest of the rich who can do such a thing. And it's going to like create this ridiculous societal gap. There will be better people. Like not just the way Kanye thinks he's better and that some people think he's better than them. They will be a better human. They won't get cancer. They can't get it. Their blood will clot better.
Why is it important that it's the rich who do it?
Because it'll be expensive to do.
And that's why it's realistic that the rich will do it. But you seem to think it was preferable.
Of course, it's preferable to have a perfect child. You could design. First of all, it's a designer kit. It's instead of getting like whatever Ferrari comes off the line, you're getting the unique one. Yours has fucking carbon fiber now. Oh, my kid's 6'2", blue eyes, blonde hair. His, he's beautiful. He's got the chin of Brad Pitt and the eyes of Ethan Hawke, or whatever you want. He's got 2010 vision. His reflexes are second to none. We're thinking either Olympics or President of the United States. We don't know. Maybe both. Maybe both.
Perfect kid doesn't need a leg up. Perfect kid, he thrives in life anyway. He's not going to be some failure to launch,
unless they have like some weird.
I'm saying poor kids won't be able. Like a poor family won't be able to afford a super kid. Like you can barely afford to have a kid now if you're a poor family.
This whole thing's getting old as hell, so they're going to need to, dust off the old tomes and programs and make a new one.
We don't use it anymore. Yeah, the space shuttle's retired, so the arm presumably also retired.
Okay. Yeah, because it seems like a lot of most of the stuff up there, like International Space Station, it's kind of the US and Russia building that, right?
So we got Space Force, and the CIA is rumored to have they've built several like space-ish planes. No one knows what they have, but the theories are that they've got space planes that they can go up there and fuck with satellites, because that's the next thing. It's fucking with the other guy's satellites, I think. I don't think it's the next thing. I think it's what we've been doing for a long time, and no one's ever said a peep about it. Because if you could go into the enemy's military satellite, and I mean literally into it, not hack it, but fly a fucking CIA spaceman up there in a top secret plane and have him go on there and start hacking the thing physically, seems like that would be an incredibly powerful bit of sabotage or espionage if you could do that sort of thing. And I know that a lot of the designs that they've come up with, I want to go grab their satellite and tinker with it. I want to put a listening device, something that I remember somebody did this to one of our embassies. They sent the copy repairman, put in a device that just takes a picture every time they make a copy. So in the embassy, every top secret thing gets photocopied. If you're going to have a top secret meeting, we need 8 copies of this and shred it when you're done. Well, the photocopier's taking a picture to everyone, every time. It was just masterful espionage. I think they're doing something similar if they're in space. I think, and Space Force, they just got a massive budget. It's not quite what ICE is. They didn't get ICE level budget, all right? But they got like 30, 40 billion or something like that more. So like they're doing something with that.
It better be cool.
Of course it's cool, but they won't tell you about it.
Well, then
we'll find out about the Epstein stuff in like 25 years, and we'll find out about the space plane stuff in maybe 20. But it's gonna be a lot. All those people have to die before we find the truth about Epstein.